Welcome to Dayla's class, brought to you by Alondra, Sofia, and Carmen.
Today you will be creating a spaghetti box derby. For today's activity, you will need 3 different types of dry pasta, 4 beads, a pencil, a ruler, tape, super glue, a cardboard ramp, and a hot glue gun. You might notice that some of these materials were not included in your week 3 bag, and that's because it will be included in your week 4. Just like anything we have done this week, make sure you do your own design. Be creative and have fun. This is just an example of how this spaghetti box derby was created. Begin by sketching out your ideas and your design. For this design, we will be using the lasagna pasta as our main part of the car, and we will be creating wheels and axles using the spaghetti and the beads. Once you are done designing, you can start building your spaghetti box derby. For this design, super glue was used to get the spaghetti onto the lasagna pasta. But since you also have your hot glue guns, you may also use your hot glue guns. You may even use some tape. Just use whatever you think works best for you. Once the axle has been attached, all that is left to add are the wheels. Once again, for this step you may use anything that you have available to you. Once you are done, it's time to test out your car. First attempt didn't go so well, but let's try again. It seemed to do so much better in the second attempt. Make sure to measure the distance that it travels after it leaves the ramp. So, what is there to learn from this activity? Well, when you have to move a really heavy load, we have to use a great deal of force to push it because of friction. Friction is the force resisting the motion of the object on the ground. On top of that, we also have gravitational force, which is the force that pulls the objects towards the ground. The wheel and axle solves this problem in a jiffy. So, what is it? In this machine, a wheel is locked to a central axle and they rotate each other when the force is applied to either one of them. When we place a heavy load on the axle and push it, the rolling of the wheel reduces the friction to a large extent. However, the frictional force does not depend on the surface area of the object. The friction depends on its mass and what the material is made out of. When there is less friction, it takes less force to move something. The effort needed to overcome the resistance acting upon the axle is relatively small. We see the wheel and axle set up in many of our day-to-day activities, such as a wheelbarrow, a car, and even a steering wheel. A longer motion at the edge of the wheel is converted to a shorter, more powerful motion at the axle. In reverse, a short, powerful force at the axle will move the wheel edge at a greater distance, such as a bike, a door handle, and even a rolling pin. So now, it's your turn to build your spaghetti box derby. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section. And as always, thank you for joining me today.